Numerous challenges indeed. For more, let's bring in Professor Kobi Michael, Senior Research Fellow at INSS and the Mizgaf Institute, and the former Deputy Director General in the Israeli Ministry of Strategic Affairs, joining us from Netziona. Professor, thank you so much. J.D. Vance, the U.S. Vice President, is upbeat. He's working to make sure the ceasefire holds. He's predicting peace will last in Gaza, but he also says Hamas disarmament is non-negotiable. Your thoughts on the U.S. messaging here?
Good evening. I do love the American optimism in this regard. I think that J.D. Vance, the Vice President, has to make a further mileage in this neighborhood in order to understand the things in their depth. He has a very good will, and President Trump has a very good will, and both of them are mainly interested not in the Gaza Strip, but interested that the war in the Gaza Strip will not be only declared as ended, but actually will be ended, because they are focused in the next phase, which is the establishing or the creation of the new Middle East, all the idea of the new regional architecture, because this is the most important thing for the American interests, according to President Trump's vision. And they do not want that the Gaza Strip and the friction in the Gaza Strip and any potential escalation will become a barrier in front of their grand vision. But I think that the idea of having peace in the Gaza Strip or having peace with Hamas is something that does not necessarily correspondence with the reality.
And talking about the challenges, American officials are speaking to a range of countries to be part of this peacekeeping force in Gaza, including Indonesia, UAE, Egypt, Qatar, Turkey, and Azerbaijan. Israel has already said a flat no to Turkey for very obvious reasons. What is your sense of this peacekeeping plan? How can Israelis feel safe with this array of nations involved?
They cannot. I did a very long academic mileage on the idea of peacekeeping force operations and stabilization operations, and the experience that we have for decades is not such an encouraging experience when it comes to peacekeeping operations in the entire globe. Okay, there are very few successes, very, very few. In most of the cases, most of the peacekeeping operations failed. Now, even if we will concentrate only on the Israeli experience since the 50s of the last century, I mean, there is no even a single peacekeeping operation here that eventually succeeded. So we don't have a very solid ground to rely on in order to be optimistic in this regard. The second problem is that the composition of this force, the ISF, is very problematic composition, because there is an inherent tension between two axes, the Turkish-Qatarian axis and the Egyptian, Saudi, American, British, even Indonesian axis. And I think that the idea that there is a sort of disharmony, there is no cohesion, there is no, I would say, they don't see the same objectives for the ISF is something that will complicate the issue as a whole, and I'm not sure that the ISF might be too effective.
Well, we appreciate your insights, and we watch to see how it all unfolds. For now, thank you so much, as always, Professor Kobi Michael in
Good luck to all sides.
Good luck to all sides, indeed. Thank you, Professor.